We're going to show you our new vividaquariums.com website here and go through all the different options and show you what's good for beginners. So if you look at this link at the top, you'll see coral and inverts. You can use the drop-down menu to get to any specific category you like, or if you click the button itself, it'll take you to the category page with all these nice pictures. We'll start here with Acropora corals. Now, Acropora, most of them aren't great as beginner corals, but there are some, such as the screaming green bird's nest, which is great. It doesn't require such bright lighting. That does well in most beginner tanks. Also, I would say the Ponape bird's nest is a good choice, the bird of paradise. And if you want to try an actual Acropora as a beginner, maybe the fire garden acro would be a good choice. It doesn't require super bright lighting and definitely easy to keep. We grow this here at Vivid Aquariums. Now you notice on the notes of our website, if you click this More button, that'll expand to give you the full text. And I actually did write all the text for these corals and inverts as well as the fish on this website. It took me a few months to redo it all, but hopefully providing better information now than our old site did. One upgrade is that we list the par value under lighting requirements to tell you exactly how much light a certain type of coral prefers. Now if we go to our next category, we'll look at anemones. Now anemones, you'll notice here we have a video to describe about anemones and what to look for when you're buying them. Bubble tip anemones, such as the green bubble tip or the rose bubble tip, are definitely your best choice for beginners. They're easy to keep and definitely the easiest anemone to keep that houses a clownfish. The tube anemones also are great choices for beginners, but they will not house clownfish. Carpet anemones have a potent sting and definitely not a great choice for beginners as they are more difficult to keep. So if you want to do an anemone starting out, I'd go with the rose bubble tip or the green bubble tip. And as long as your tank is fully cycled and has been running for 2 to 3 months, you should be okay to go ahead and add an anemone to your aquarium. Next category we're going to look at is clams. Clams, you can keep clams as long as your tank has been set up for at least 2 to 3 months and fully cycled. You should be able to keep a clam. The easiest to keep would be a Dorasa clam, and that's probably the best place to start. If you can keep one of those, you might progress to a Crocea or Maxima. Now if we click back to our coral page, we're going to look at Econophilia. Econophilia all are great beginner corals. Many of them we farm here at Vivid Aquariums, such as the Jada's watermelon here. And you notice you can also enlarge the photos on the site if you want to get a better view of that coral. But any Econophilia is going to be a great choice for a beginner. They all do well in lower light and they're easy to grow in any tank, large or small. Now our next category will be Lps Corals. And Lps corals are great corals for beginners. Most of them are very easy to keep. One exception would be sun polyps. I would not recommend sun polyps for beginners because they do require very frequent feeding. But all these torch corals, frog spawns, and bubble corals, look at the bubble coral for instance, very unique shape and definitely a great, very easy beginner coral. Also something like this electric torch coral. Very, very easy to keep. It'll sway beautifully in the currents. You notice here we have a video of the coral as well. We're going to include more and more videos on this site over time to give you an even better view of our fish and corals. Many good choices here. The flower pots, the green long tentacle, red lobo brain, the maize brain, the green Welsophilia brain, all good choices. We have different hammers like the Australian pink hammer. This red and green Favia is also a very good beginner's coral, very easy to keep in lower light. Now if we click back to our categories, we can click to Lps frags. These are similar to Lps corals, basically just fragments or smaller pieces of them. We have some more unique varieties here, stuff that's harder to find in some of the colonies we sell. The green Duncan coral is a great choice for beginners, very easy to grow, does very well. Also something like the gold Leptastria, the red flower pot coral is actually easier to keep than the green one. It's a great choice. Meteor shower Cyphastria is a very good choice for beginners. That'll grow and encrust the rocks and doesn't need super bright light. And again, you'll see that our chalice is listed again on this page. We'll go back into our next category. We have Montipora. Now for Montipora, the red Montipora capricornis is a great choice for beginners. You'll see in this video how it scrolls out beautifully as it grows. So that's a very good one. Any of the Montipora capricornus are good choices, or Montipora digitata, such as the orange digitata or the green digitata. I would also recommend the season's greeting Montipora, but wait on the rainbow Monty or the sunset and Superman until you have the tank set up at least 4 to 5 months, and you make sure you have good lighting and good flow, and you've tried some of these other Montiporas first. I go back to our category, mushrooms. Can't go wrong. If it's a mushroom, it's a great beginner coral. They're all very easy to keep for beginners. They'll grow well in the tank, and definitely a great way to add a burst of color to any reef aquarium. So add some mushrooms and you will not be disappointed. The same goes for zoanthids or polyps. The green star polyps will grow and encrust the rocks of the aquarium beautifully. That's a good choice. Look at all the different colors. Something like the eagle eye zoos is a good choice for beginners. And you have some fancier farm zoos like these Sunny D's. Very beautiful, stunningly beautiful zoo. It grows well in any tank. So definitely all good choices for beginners. We'll go back and look at scallops. That is not a good choice for beginners. They're very hard to maintain. Sea fans, not a good choice. Our last category here we're going to go through will be soft corals. And soft corals, definitely another one just like mushrooms or zoanthids. All soft corals are easy beginner corals to keep, and all should do well in a beginner tank. Actually, I did forget one category, and that will be the tube worms. They may not be classified as a coral, but they do work very well for beginners, especially the feather dusters, like the giant dwarf duster, the color dwarf duster. Very good choices for a beginner tank, and definitely pretty as they sway in the currents. So we'll click back to our coral inverts page, and that wraps it up. I just wanted to go through and give you an overview of some good choices for beginners. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys, and thanks for watching.